Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to feed these dogs. First things first, we get these bowls out. I got to run the dishwasher every single night after I do this. And listen, these dogs eat good. I can assure you of that. All right. Get everything over here to our little feeding station. And I do have a system, of course. The bowls have to be in a particular order for me. The purple bowl here is for Lewis. The pink one is for Leela. The big one right there is for Squishy. And the blue one in the back is for her, because she eats so fast. We have to control the pace. So, one of the things I have to do out of the cabinet here is I get a can of chicken, and they're spoiled. So they get a can of vegetables. What I usually do is I open up the vegetables right now, crank open about halfway or a little bit more, and go ahead and put it in the sink to drain. Take my chicken over here, and then from there we go into the food. Everybody starts to gather at this point, and that's okay. Leela will be the one that starts barking soon because she just stirs stuff. All right, so basically I take this cup right here, and we're going to get 4 cups of dry dog food. That's 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's Leela going. And 4. So I don't tear my fingers up, I use the spoon to pull that tab, get it bent, and then pour my little chicken water broth, whatever, over the top of the dry. Then we open up the can of chicken and dump it in. Throw it away. Then I take my spoon and I start to kind of chop this up into smaller pieces, because I got to mix it all together. Once I get this all chopped up into smaller pieces, then I'll start to mix it all together. Just kind of rolling it around. That way I get an even disbursement of chicken and dry kind of going through. So when I start to spoon it out, everybody gets a little bit of everything. And I know this isn't a complicated process, but in the event somebody had to do this other than myself, I assure you, do it just this way and you'll be in good shape. All right, now let's get the vegetables back. Let's get the can out. Finish opening it up. And it's got to be these vegetables because these don't have onion in them, all right? Dogs can't have onion, so you want this particular set of vegetables. It's carrot, potatoes, peas, and green beans. They don't need this many vegetables, but remember, I'm feeding 4 dogs. So they're not going to get, nobody's going to get a whole can of vegetables, put it that way. They'll get a pretty appropriate amount for the most part. All right, Put that over there, and I start with getting the littles 2 good solid spoonfuls. So Lewis and Leela both get 2 large heaping spoonfuls. They're not going to eat it all, but as this goes on, you'll see why. I put in here about, I don't know, I think it's probably 4 big scoops. That's 3. That's 4. All right, just move that spoon over there out of your way. And then the balance of this goes to Squishy or Haya, whichever one. But he gets the balance of the bowl. He is the biggest. He's about 10 times heavier than anybody else. So then I take these and set them off right there. Now I go back to my dry, and I get about 3/4 of a cup and give them just a little bit extra dry on top of theirs. The littles really don't need dry because they don't have all their teeth. All right, now the simple part is she's waiting for me to say it. So once you're ready, place. Okay. Once you tell them to place, they will go into their little houses. You just lean down, put them in, lock them in. He waits into his spot. All right, so I do it like that, not because I've had food aggression problems out of the dogs, but to just basically keep them from having any kind of food aggression. The bigs are now in their little places. Hang on. Put these down. The littles, wow, almost fell. All right, so the littles don't have food aggression. They eat next to each other, and they'll actually swap back and forth from bowl to bowl, thinking one of them got something better than the other. But as you can see, the way I've got this set up in these kennels, the bigs now feel secure that nobody's coming for their food, and they don't have to protect their food from anybody else. So they'll eat and relax. Lucy here, her bowl is designed to kind of slow her pace down a little bit. And that gives everybody else a chance to eat. Now this process takes probably around, I'd say 5 minutes, maybe 7 on a long morning. I don't try to hurry them at all. The bigs will get finished first, and they'll just lay down in their kennels and wait. All right. So during that part, while they're eating, I just take my bowl, come back over here to the sink, give a quick little rinse, put that over there, that over there, give this bowl a decent little rinse out, dump it out, go back over to my dishwasher, and everything goes all the way back where it's supposed to. I guess it doesn't matter how you put it in the dishwasher, but I put it in a certain way because I want to make sure the bowls get clean. I put that back up. This is where I just keep their stuff. There's chicken and the vegetables and my can opener and whatever else you can see. That's just my treats. So and I'll probably edit this video because during this little dead time, I don't usually stop right here and just watch them eat all the way out. But you can see this does take a little time. The bigs are finishing up already, and it's probably only been about 3 minutes, maybe 4, I don't know. But the littles do take a little bit extra time to eat. And you can see how Lucy has to chase her food from section to section to make sure she gets it all. And that bowl is designed to slow down her eating. If I were to feed her out of the same bowl that Squishy uses, she would have blown through this in half the time. It wouldn't have took her any time at all. And as you can see, both of the bigs are 100% finished. The littles are still down there working, and they definitely take their time. Like I said, they don't have any food aggression out of the smalls. Now the trick here is here towards the tail end. What I'll end up having to do is pick Lucy's bowl up. And what I use is, I use this little grabber right here. Keeps me from having to bend over so much. And I just kind of reach in, get out of the way, and I grab her bowl, set it right there for right now. And again, I can't really do anything until the littles get done. And they've got a ways to go. So the bigs will just relax. And what I'll end up doing is I'll come back over here to the dry food, and I usually get Lucy, I'm talking like this much, if that much. That's nothing, maybe 50 kernels, if that much. And I'll dump that back into her blue bowl, and I'll set it back in her kennel with her, and that'll buy me some time to let the littles get outside and go to the restroom, and then I let Haya come and finish up the littles bowls. All right, so when they get down to about this much, then I'll kind of come in, dump what little food they have left out on the floor. So now I've got their bowls out of the way, and they're just eating their food right off the floor. And keep in mind, I'm in my shop. I'm not like dumping food out in my house. Leela stays and walks around for stray food. So Leela, for the most part, is done eating. She's probably heading for the door. Lewis might try to finish the whole thing. I don't know. If he does, he does. But if you look at Squishy, he knows those are his leftovers. And he also knows that there's not going to be much by the time Lewis gets 100% finished. But he's done now. Okay, so now it's back over here. Get that little bit. It's actually even less than I showed you. That's it. All right. We take our little grabber, and she's ready. So we pick it up, and she knocks it off into the floor. So now she's got to chase it. Usually I can sit that down pretty easy, but this morning, I guess with the camera and everything, she got excited and knocked it out of my hand. Usually I can set it right down on the floor. And they're playing badminton with the dog food. Get out of the way. Now all the dog bowls are up. Squishy will go over there and clean up the little bit that's left over there. Again, my biggest flaw is Lucy knocked the bowl out of my little hook when I was putting it back in. And that's just because she was overexcited. And just kicked the dry dog food back into her. All right. Now the one thing you do need help with is making sure Squishy, is out of here. Out, go. Haya, out. All right, so you want him completely gone away when you let Lucy out. And that'll let her double search his kennel to make sure there was nothing left behind. And then she'll go get water, or she'll go outside. In this case, she goes outside. All right, so that's feeding the dogs. Wow. Y'all, Melissa Joy, I hope you understand.